Let's be real. We are just bombarded with information 24/7, right? It hits us from every direction, and it's so easy to feel completely lost in all that noise. So today, we're going to build a simple but really powerful toolkit to help you decode the news and figure out what's really being said. Just think about the last headline you scrolled past on your phone. Was that a straight-up fact? Was it just someone's personal opinion? Or, and here's the tricky part, was it some kind of blend of the two? We're expected to sort through this stuff constantly, and a lot of the time, we don't even give it a second thought. And hey, if you feel like it's getting way trickier to sort it all out, you are definitely not alone. The lines between straightforward reporting, thoughtful analysis, and pure opinion, well, they're getting blurrier all the time. But don't worry, we're gonna get those lines back in focus. All right, so to kick things off, we've got to build a solid foundation. Let's get crystal clear on the two most fundamental concepts we run into in pretty much any piece of media: the simple facts and the personal opinion. The absolute key word here is verified. A fact isn't about what you believe, it's about what you can prove. Things like the earth is round or the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius are facts because you can check them with objective evidence no matter how you feel about it. Now, on the flip side, you've got opinion. And this is all about someone's personal perspective. You'll hear subjective language like, blue is the best color, or that movie was boring. You can agree with it, you can argue with it, but you can't prove it's right or wrong with hard data. It's an interpretation, not a verifiable observation. Okay, so this lays it all out, side by side. It's super clear. The column on the left, that's for facts. It's all about evidence and objective reality. The one on the right is for opinions. That's all about personal belief and how someone interprets something. See the difference? One can be proven or disproven. The other can only be agreed or disagreed with. Getting this down is the first huge step to becoming a smarter news consumer. So now we have our building blocks down. Fact, opinion. Got it. But what happens when those get all mixed together in a way that's designed to kind of push you in a certain direction? Well, that's where we run into media bias. And trust me, it is way more subtle than you might think. Now, this is so important. Bias isn't always about someone telling a flat-out lie. More often, it's about how a true story is told. Think of it more like a subtle tilt, a preference shown through the choices a creator makes, whether they mean to or not, when they're presenting information to you. Yeah, bias can be super sneaky. It can show up in the words they use. Think about the difference between calling something a protest versus a riot. It's in how a story is framed. Is the focus on a company's record profits or its recent layoffs? Sometimes the biggest bias is in what they don't tell you, leaving out key facts or only quoting people from one side of an argument. You know, there's a great quote from media analysts that just nails this. Bias isn't always about lying. It's about the subtle choices a creator makes. So you see, the game isn't just hunting for falsehoods. It's about becoming a bit of a detective yourself, noticing the choices behind the story and asking why they were made. Okay, so we get the concepts. That's great. But how do we actually use this stuff? Let's turn all this theory into something practical. Let's build your personal critical thinking toolkit. Look, this isn't about passing a test or memorizing a bunch of definitions. This is about empowering you. The whole goal here is to give you a simple, repeatable method to look at any piece of content and understand it on a much deeper level for yourself. And here it is, a super simple 3-question check. First, pinpoint the verifiable facts. What can actually be proven? Second, isolate the opinions. Where are the beliefs and judgments? And finally, this is the big one, question the perspective. Ask yourself, whose voice is being centered here? And just as important, whose voice is missing? Now, I want to be clear. The point of all this isn't to make you cynical and distrust everything you read. It's actually the total opposite. By understanding the architecture of a story, the facts, the opinions, the bias, you can engage with information so much more intelligently and see the world with greater clarity. So the next time you open your news feed or turn on the TV, you'll have this toolkit with you. The question isn't just what you'll read or watch, but what you'll actually see. What new layers will you uncover now that you know exactly what to look for?